IFAP is the Indiana Foster and Adoptive Parents Resources and Advocacy Group, comprised of obviously foster parents and adoptive parents, but we also have professionals who are concerned about the child welfare system in the state of Indiana right now.
We have been able to go down to the Capitol and sit at meetings and really participate and be a part of things that our legislators are looking at changing and bringing attention to the issues. Children don't have a voice. They don't walk into the courtroom and speak for themselves. Foster parents are the ones who take care of them 24/7. We know them better than anyone else does, and a lot of their needs are not being met.
Christy Cundiff, the CEO of IFAP, contacted our church, and they were looking for a host church for a regional clothing closet. So after talking about it and praying about it, we decided that it was a good fit and decided to join forces together. We now have people that come in a couple days a week to find clothes for the kids that they are fostering or adopting, and we're really very positive about what the Foster and Adoptive Parents Group is doing, and so we're really glad that they're a group that's working hard to bring about necessary improvements in the state system to make the lives of these children much better.
Stability, safety, comfort, understanding. These children need that. There's very few people who wouldn't make a good foster parent. It's not hard. I did it at 65 years old. 3 years ago, we got a phone call saying that we had a grandchild born who was opioid addicted. And DCS had taken our grandchildren from their parents. We were asked if we would be willing to take the children on in a fostering situation, and if we didn't, and I couldn't find anybody else in the family, then the children would have to be probably split up over several homes. And between the two of us, we cared for the children. There's nothing to be afraid of when it comes to the word fostering a child. It's not. It's a blessing from God as far as I'm concerned. Two little girls kiss me goodnight every night, sometimes three. I got a grandson who just wants to be my best friend, hang out and do things with me.
Adoption is important to me. I was someone who was adopted out of the foster care system at a young age, at about 18 months. And so I've never forgotten how important that was, that I was one of the lucky kids that got adopted out of the foster care system. So I've always tried to stay engaged in it and do what I can to help. Before I was elected, and now that I'm elected, I feel like I can be their voice. Indiana Foster and Adoptive Parents is a great group that brings all the foster parents and adoptive parents together. Started as a Facebook community, but has grown to meeting all across the state and bringing policymakers and agency folks together with the foster parents and adoptive parents. Last year they came to the State House and really built relationships. We got a legislation passed called the Foster Parent Bill of Rights. So that was really their first effort in lobbying, and I think very successful.
The Indiana Foster and Adoptive Parents Resources and Advocacy Group started on a plane trip back from Colorado after I had to leave my daughter in a treatment facility. We tried to find her help here in the state of Indiana, and every facility turned her down for treatment. And so, as a heartbroken mom, I knew that there were other children and families in the state of Indiana that needed our help. I started this little Facebook group on the plane, and I named it Indiana Foster and Adoptive Parents. And I wanted to be resources, and I wanted us to do advocacy for children. Now, today, Indiana Foster and Adoptive Parents is 8,300 members strong, and we are growing. I've often said we cannot walk backward into our future. And so the future for the child welfare system in the state of Indiana is the Indiana Foster and Adoptive Parents.